Hello everybody, welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And as always, I publish on Rumble and I'm on these socials here. So, not a lot happening. We gotta hear some news from Summer's Game Fest and everything and the showcases. Not much about hardware, still the same. Some things with 4060. Supposedly, we still have to be confirming the 5600X 3D from AMD, the CPU. Still, it's a lot of rumors and everything, but everybody is basically focused on these things with the showcases of the gaming stuff. There is another possibility for another showcase, Xbox showcase for later this year, mainly because there are some games that didn't appear or we didn't have like any news, even in the post showcase interviews with Phil Spencer. By memory, I know it's like State of Decay 3. I remember seeing that one. What else? I'm very curious about that game. I think the remake of Dark whatever. I should have pulled the article that I saw at the time. But yeah, there is some games that we didn't have like any clues that we had like. Some news from Game Awards, I think. Yeah, State of Decay 3, but there are like more 4 games that the Outer Worlds 2 also, we got a trailer from that. And another couple of ones that at the time when I saw got my interest piqued a little bit, but yeah, supposedly they have enough games that they have been showing, and some of them will come this year. Others are teased for next year, but I think at the moment they are very focused on at least they should be focused on things they can launch this year, especially Starfield. Still pretty decent. I think presentation should be like that. It pumps a little bit. Of course, I'm still skeptically optimistic. There is some stuff that I wanted to know more. Supposedly the game is way more polished than previous games from Bethesda, which is saying a lot. Supposedly, until the game comes out, we are not sure if it is or not. And of course, some of the things regarding like loading screens, because if you're going to spend a lot of the game going in and out of planets and everything, and if it is like loading screens, and if it takes a lot, I don't know, 30 seconds, 1 minute between loading screens between landing on the planet and exiting on the planet. And I think from the presentation itself, there was some cutouts. I rewatched that part there specifically to see if it was what I thought it was. In some buildings, like the bigger buildings, it seems to have like loading screens, which is interesting. Of course, in a world that you have to load a planet, I understand loading the planet and then loading the part of the star map or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, entering the buildings, loading screens. If you have a lot of loading screens like Fallout, can be a little bit, I don't know, because it's so much to do in that game. Supposedly, I don't know, and of course, loading screens. If they take advantage of the things of the DirectX with the thing with the PCs, direct storage, technology, at least on Xbox, I suppose it's going to be a little bit less cumbering. But yeah, there are some doubts, but the presentation itself the game seems way polished. The combat, it's way more improved. The AI seemed a little bit better, even though I didn't pay too much attention to it, because the fact that the combat itself seemed way more polished, more fluid, and less janky. Yeah, the AI only after you are in deep dive in some combats, just snippets doesn't give the impression or not if the combat is more improved regarding that aspect. But yeah. Yeah, basically this is it. Let's get at it. I lost like 1 hour yesterday just trying to watch a lot of stuff from Ubisoft have some things, and Capcom was a waste of time basically. Just reiterate a lot of information that we already know. Basically no new stuff from Capcom. Was a waste of time. We got Star Wars Outlaws, is one of the main things that caught my eye. Yeah, it seems that that ESG money is coming through, especially on Star Wars IPs. But yeah, the gameplay very polished. Also, the Snowdrop engine, it's a very good engine. I'm not sure if it is like an excellent engine to handle open world stuff, because this is going to be the first open world game in the franchise, at least in terms of Star Wars games. I don't know if that's a correct statement there, but okay. At least from this generation of games that have been coming out since Disney acquired, for sure I think it's the first true open world game, because the Survivor and Jedi Fallen are like open areas. They are not open world per se. You can go through planets, but they are open areas and not open world per se. I don't know if they're trying to kind of copycat per se the Starfield one in terms of gameplay scope here of the open world, because you have a lot of stuff happening on the planets and also in outer space. Seems pretty polished. Some animations here and there, okayish. There was in the combat, I think they wanted to show combat like in the first few minutes, instead of the character could have run out of there because it was an escape thing, but they insisted on shooting people. I think it's more to show a little bit of the gunplay and how this little companion here this one, I forget his name, can help you out in combat. I think from distractions to get stuff for you to throw, I don't know, because these laser blasters, I don't know if it is like ammunition, grenades or something like that, because blasters don't use clips, it's energy weapons. But seems interesting, seems a little bit fluid. Even the overbikes, I think it's called, or the speed bikes, seem okay. The gameplay, the even like the space stuff seems to have like a disguised, like I was talking about Starfield loading screen, in the fact that when you're exiting the planet, it gets like a little bit cloudy and stays a little bit cloudy like for 5-6 seconds without you only seeing clouds and the ship. I think it's like a way to try to masquerade a loading area there. But yeah, it seems okay. The conversations, the dialogue we didn't see a lot. Seemed okay. It seems an okay game. But again, always skeptic. It's from Massive, the same guys that did. Oh my god, how it calls that Tom Clancy game with the Dark Zone and everything. Oh my god, my memory for a lot of stuff is. I'm getting old. But yeah, it's from Massive. I think it's Massive Entertainment. But it seems okay. Seems relatively polished. It's supposedly coming out early 2024. I'm not sure, first quarter, first half. But seems on a good track of being a decent game. So you basically are a scoundrel and trying to get out of this world. So you have to do a lot of stuff to try and interact with syndicates, the pack syndicates. I think it's one of the things that worry me a lot. It's the fact that he created a new syndicate for the game, for the purpose of the game, and the fact that it goes through between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. If not mistaken, it's like a 5 to 8 years period between these two films, give or take. So I don't know why they specifically wanted to set up in this time period. I don't know if they want to, I don't know, connect something from the main movies, or if it is just trying to catch some nostalgia stuff from the older movies. But yeah, I'm sorry, when I talk about the ESG, every character here is female, a lot of female characters and whatever. Okay, it's ESG money, what to do. But yeah, if the game is good, for sure recommend it. I'm just waiting for more information, and of course the review. Again, as always, with this kind of Summer Games Fest, a lot of hype coming out, don't pre-order anything. Even if, unless you are sure, the only thing that I recommend you pre-ordering at this moment in time in the gaming industry is From Software games. Even still, I recommend don't do it. But if I wanted to do it, it's only From Software games. They usually don't disappoint. I think they didn't launch a bad game so far, as I remember. But yeah, the only thing that caught my eye on pre-orders is the collection editions for the Starfield. But we got the thing with the pre-orders, the collection edition with Fallout 76. Don't forget that. Supposedly you should have, like, at the time, I think it was like a huge helmet and like a satchel or something like that, or a bag, like and it was like a plastic bag, and everything, the helmets, half of them were broken or something like that. It was a mess, and they had to go about it and solve the situation. So especially if with the collection edition involves a watch, like a smartwatch, so I don't know, it's a risk that if you are willing to take. I will not blame you, because it seems pretty cool, the smartwatch, even though I don't use watches. I know it's weird, but yeah. Continuing, we got also Assassin's Creed Mirage, like parts of a new like a mission in terms of gameplay. I think that the Anvil, I think it's still the engine used for Assassin's Creed, and I think this is like the same version that Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I think it needs to start to have like an upgrade. Even though the gameplay is good, it's pretty decent, but it starts noticing a little bit on the age of the engine, and or the fact that it's not been properly updated. Like the feeling of the game feels old. Even though the textures seems pretty good, the effects are okay. Yeah, but there are certain things, I don't know, seems a feeling of a bit old. Especially when on the movement fluidity of the character, especially on parkour. Yeah, it seems old, the game engine, but I can oversee that if the gameplay is relatively smooth, if the story is good, because supposedly this is going to be back to the root stuff, so more assassination, more covert style stuff, more narrative driven, and not that fancy open areas, fighting just by the fighting sake. So I think fighting is more about trying to escape, and less resort here. Seem pretty good also. Again, skeptically optimistic regarding the game also. Hopefully it's a good game. When it comes out, October 12th. Okay. We'll see how it goes. Now, regarding Ubisoft is only the only two things that we got: Crew, Motorfest, and a lot of even Assassin's Creed mobile games, and nothing that interests me. But yeah, Capcom, only two things caught my interest. A lot of things from, if you like, not Persona, Ace Attorney. They're going to remake the three last ones, the 4, 5, and 6, I think. And a lot of information, Exoprimal, a lot of stuff there. But yeah, the only thing that caught my eye is Dragon Dogma. I never played the first one, but I always was in my peripheral view as one of very good RPGs, but I never played the game. I don't know why, never got into it. I don't know. I think it was mainly like the graphic style seemed like very polygony, very, very weird to me at the time. So I knew it existed, but I never managed to play it. Of course, you got upgraded graphics, all that stuff. It's on Resident Evil engine, so it's a very good engine to deal with it. I don't know if Resident Evil engine, how good it can handle like this kind of open areas, first person, kind of almost isometric views. We'll see how it goes, but it seems pretty good, very fluid. We got the pawn system. I heard about it at the time, so it's basically AI things. So you got your Horizon one. You got a second pawn, which is basically your AI companion that you can customize, and then you have like 2 pawns from like random players that are playing the game, from what I understood. You can mix and match the class build combination and everything. No new gameplay, it's the same. It was basically the same trailer, that's why it's always kind of a waste of time. But yeah, you didn't see anything new. It's the same trailer. They just go about it in the trailer, trying to get some details there. We got new characters. From what I understood, in the first game there was no like kind of alien races, so we got again the ESG money to companions, female companions here. I'm not complaining, it's just an observation if you're wondering, which is kind of weird that everybody but okay, it's an archer, it's a good class, and this is like a priest, Ulrika, I don't know what kind of Bistran high priestess, yeah, I don't know what kind of race they are calling this one. It seems a little bit on the Skyrim front, I think, this kind of races, but yeah, it's really good. It's an RPG, open world, you got dragons there, you got a little bit of my check marks there, so I hope it's a good game. Let me see, I think it's coming this year, I think, let me check. It's a lot of information in these showcases, a lot of, yeah, don't see like a release date, but I'm going to put on the description the Steam page of all the games that I've been talking about, if there is any, so you can wishlist it and check all the more info if you are interested. And there is like the Pragmata. I remember seeing this one a long time ago. I don't remember when. I remember it's been a long time. The Pragmata trailer, like the teaser trailer, like almost at least a year ago or something like that. No, back in 2020, so 3 years ago almost. We got a new trailer here, but it was like an apology trailer basically, which is they are cancelling any launch date previously announced, so they need more time to polish the game, and it's good at least that they are they apologizing, but at least just polish the game, put the game as the best as you can, even though we don't have like a lot of stuff happening here, like only one kind of tease of the power that this Diana has, this the little girl character. I'm not sure what kind of game it is. Supposedly it's going to be sci-fi. There is like this guy fighting some androids while she was drawing on the paper the apology stuff. But yeah, we don't have like not even a year for the release date. But yeah, take your time, at least not cancel, take your time and polish the game. And yeah, basically this is it. I don't have more things to cover except some gaming deals. We got the 20th year anniversary sale from Obsidian. We got the Outer Worlds, again, the base version seems to be the best one. Because it's still very janky, the Spaces Choice Edition. I think they improved a little bit, but it's not, should be better. Dungeon Siege, the Outer Worlds, I had some games that it's not for me, so I'll put the link on this on the sale of this publisher, of these developers. You should have more games there for you to check out. I was almost saying that you have like Fallout New Vegas, but this is from that is from Bethesda. But yeah, good games. They are coming with their own, which I don't remember. I have a terrible memory for names. They're coming with some games. Supposedly the Outer Worlds 2 and another game that I covered like yesterday, I think. I'm so sorry. We got also Tomb Raider collection. I went here directly for the Tomb Raider collection because I have already some games, especially the Tomb Raider and the second one. Where is it? The Rise of the Tomb Raider. I just want to buy afterwards when I can Shadow of the Tomb Raider and do the gameplay series when I can, when I have the new PC. So I left it here. This is all with the all DLCs, all the Tomb Raider stuff. It's basically an average of 75 to 90% off in the games, like 89% here. So it should be around, I don't know, here for me it's the bundle is cut is like 50% off. Yeah, but it's only taking into account what I don't have, so I don't know. Supposedly it's 90% off here. It should not be $30, should be a little bit more because of the 2 games that I already have on my library, but still it's at least for the free mainline games from the reboot. I really recommend them. Also we have Banner Saga. The franchise is 80% off, or 80% off, 87% off, sorry. We got 2 editions, the Deluxe and the Stoic edition. Pretty good game from what I understood. I watched some gameplay here. It's very narrative driven and it's good. It's very positive reviews. It's 80% off, so it's not that expensive. I think it's one of the first games, because it's like from 2014, that bring a little bit more on attention on this kind of game. It's kind of have some survival here. It's a turn-based combat, and it's got a lot of tactical and strategy choices and like choice as consequences on the story, and it translates throughout all the free games. If your character dies in the first one, it will not appear in the consequent games, and the choices that you made are also going throughout the other games, also the choices that you made on the first one, and of course if you want to progress with your character. We got also Mutineer Zero Road to Eden, pretty good game, 60% off. It's a very good game. I really recommend it. I recommend this one, the Deluxe Edition, because he has the Seed of Evil DLC here. And last you got the Capcom 40th anniversary sale. You got Devil May Cry, Monster Hunter stuff. The Resident Evils are still on promotion. And which ones? Devil May Cry, the Mega Mans and Street Fighters, Okami HD. It's a good game. Onimusha. What else? This game, upcoming game, I'm not sure if it is like a remake or something like that, or I don't know. Not for me. And of course, Dragon Dogma for you to wish list. Basically, this is it, guys. Not much to talk about for today. The Capcom showcase was a waste of my time. We only had like that. The information that we got was the same that we saw on the other showcases, so basically nothing new. Just some trailers from Ace Attorney and something like that, and some whatever. Yeah, I'm going to wrap up here for today with my GoGetFundMe for me to upgrade my PC to get better, more content for my private clients, and of course start doing some video stuff for them. And with that, in my free spare time, doing the daily videos with a better quality, also trying to do some scripted content, to do some deep dives on some subjects that I like to talk about, and of course resume my gameplay series, and in the near future possibly doing some live streams. And with all that said, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. So till then, Kunamy Master out.